1. Is Deion Sanders leaving Colorado? The $30 million dilemma. 2. The need for a CBA in college sports, Deion Sanders' vision. 3. Urban Meyer slams Deion Sanders' nil salary cap idea for college football drama. 1. Is Deion Sanders leaving Colorado? The $30 million dilemma. Is college football superstar coach considering a shocking exit? For months, the legendary Coach Prime, Deion Sanders, has been out of the limelight, battling undisclosed health issues that have kept him away from the public eye. These undisclosed health struggles have left fans and colleagues in suspense, wondering about the future of the charismatic leader who has single-handedly revitalized Colorado's football program. Sanders' health setbacks have already caused him to miss several key events as the college football season looms just around the corner. But now, as he steps back onto the field with the Colorado Buffaloes, whispers of a potential departure are gaining traction. Rumors are swirling that Coach Prime might be contemplating leaving the University of Colorado due to a significant financial shortfall, an estimated $25 to $30 million gap that could jeopardize support for first-year players. According to local reports, Sanders has hinted that this financial gap could drive him away from the program. Why is this funding so crucial? For elite programs like Colorado, it's the lifeblood for nurturing young talent recruited straight out of high school. Without it, these athletes might not receive the development they need to compete at the highest levels. While these are just rumors for now, the implications are staggering. Could Sanders seek greener pastures with a program that offers the financial backing he believes is necessary? Or is this all just speculation? Kevin Borber, a well-connected insider covering the Colorado Buffaloes, has come forward to debunk the claims. He even suggests that college sports governing bodies might soon step in to regulate spending more effectively. I don't think college football is going to because it's going to continue to stay in this open market. Hey, you have money, you spend it however you want, right? I think there is going to be some sort of cap limit, Borber said. And I think there is going to be some sort of collective bargaining. They can't continue this way. These big boosters aren't going to be forking over money forever. According to Borber, the current financial model is unsustainable in the medium and long term, and these programs won't be able to keep up this level of annual spending. Despite the rumors, it seems highly unlikely that Deion Sanders will leave Colorado anytime soon. The freedom he enjoys in Colorado to implement his vision without interference or pressure is a major draw. Major programs often demand instant results and lack the patience Colorado has shown Sanders, which is one of his greatest advantages. Moreover, earlier this year, Sanders signed a contract extension through 2029 worth a staggering $54 million. When he signed, he was well aware of the program's structural limitations. He's faced these challenges head-on using his recruiting prowess and player development skills. With an annual salary of $10.8 million, Sanders ranks among the top 5 highest-paid coaches in the NCAA, outearning even Bill Belichick at the University of North Carolina. Given all these factors, the current rumors seem to be just that, rumors, which, at least for now, do nothing to shake Deion Sanders' presence in Colorado. But here's where it gets controversial. Could Sanders' departure actually be beneficial for college football in the long run? What if this financial pressure forces programs to become more sustainable and equitable? What do you think? Let us know in the comments below. 2. The need for a CBA in college sports, Deion Sanders' vision. College sports are in complete disarray, and there's one glaring solution everyone's overlooking: a collective bargaining agreement, CBA, is the absolute necessity right now. Coaches and athletic directors constantly complain about the total lack of rules and the unfair advantages some programs enjoy. This chaos stems directly from the botched way college football introduced athlete payments. Without proper oversight, revenue sharing, new deals, and the transfer portal have become playgrounds for manipulation, and sometimes outright rule bending. Here's the uncomfortable truth: what used to be shady backroom deals now happen in broad daylight, and everyone's frustrated. Sure, the recent House settlement looked promising, but only if powerhouse conferences genuinely commit to making it work. And here's the kicker: they don't. These conferences want their booster collectives to keep running loose, funneling money to athletes that bypasses the $20.5 million university revenue-sharing cap entirely. When Colorado coach Deion Sanders saw a Texas Tech billionaire influence Big 12 dynamics, he proposed a straightforward fix: I wish there was a cap. Top players get X amount, others get less, exactly like the NFL. Sanders isn't wrong, but this barely scratches the surface. The real solution? It's time to make athletes employees and let them unionize. Only then can they negotiate a collective bargaining agreement, exactly like professional leagues. Let's drop the fantasy that college sports are primarily about degrees. That's become a secondary perk at best. As a compromise, start with unions for revenue sport athletes. No, it's not flawless, but neither is the current free-for-all. A CBA would create mutual benefits, encouraging compromise, and finally enabling a real salary cap. It could also block athletes from taking shady third-party cash that fuels today's Nil Wild West. But here's the controversial twist: power conferences like the SEC and Big Ten might ignore this entirely. The SEC already pushes for softer regulation if boosters get labeled as businesses. Would it shock anyone if the Power Four eventually ditched the NCAA? Football's chaos demands a Hail Mary, and a CBA is exactly that. On other sports fronts, Broncos contract crossroads. An ESPN poll ranked Courtland Sutton 25th among NFL receivers. That sparks a tough question: should Denver extend him? Sean Payton's constant praise of young receivers makes you wonder if Sutton's future is in doubt. Baseball's underrated MVP case: Yankees fans, don't underestimate Seattle's Cal-bait dumper Raleigh. Yes, Aaron Judge dominates offensively, but Raleigh shines at baseball's toughest defensive position while Judge plays half his games in a little league-sized park. If the Mariners reach October, Raleigh for MVP isn't absurd. WNBA's self-inflicted struggles: the league keeps stumbling through its evolution. It completely fumbled capitalizing on Caitlin Clark's stardom. Worse, inconsistent officiating now fuels player frustration and injuries. If the WNBA wants legitimacy, it must demand excellence everywhere, especially from referees. What's your take? Should college athletes unionize immediately? Are power conferences destined to break away? Share your perspective below, especially if you disagree. 3. Urban Meyer slams Deion Sanders' nil salary cap idea for college football drama. Imagine a world where college football's playing field is leveled, and every school has an equal chance of recruiting top talent. Sounds like a utopia, right? But here's the harsh reality: the current system is a far cry from that ideal. Recently, Deion Sanders, the charismatic coach of Colorado, sparked a heated debate by suggesting that college football needs a salary cap on name, image, and likeness, nil, deals to create a more even playing field. But, as you might expect, not everyone agrees with Coach Prime's assessment. Urban Meyer, the renowned former Ohio State coach, was quick to shoot down Sanders' plea, and his reasoning is sure to raise some eyebrows. On the latest episode of the Triple Option podcast, Meyer, along with Mark Ingram II and Rob Stone, discussed Sanders' comments from Big 12 Media Day. Meyer's response was blunt: I could care less. This is, I think, the 780th time we've talked about this. It will never happen. He believes that implementing a salary cap on nil deals is unrealistic, given the vast disparities in resources between schools like Colorado and college football powerhouses like Ohio State and Alabama. Meyer's argument is that these bigger schools have massive alumni networks and lucrative marketing deals that give them a significant advantage in recruiting top talent. He draws an analogy with Major League Baseball, where top players can earn more than entire teams. "You've got the starting left fielder of the Dodgers making more than most Major League teams," he said. "That's going to happen." Ingram and Stone chimed in, with Ingram referencing the example of Shohei Ohtani, the Los Angeles Angels superstar who earns a staggering amount of money. Stone pointed out that the Big 12 preseason favorite, which has a substantial nil war chest, isn't advocating for a salary cap. So, what does this mean for Coach Prime and Colorado? If they want to compete with the big boys, they'll need to find a way to spend like them or consider joining their ranks. With the departure of their Heisman winner and starting QB, it will be interesting to see how Colorado navigates the upcoming season. But here's where it gets controversial. Is it fair to expect smaller schools to keep up with the likes of Ohio State and Alabama? Should there be a salary cap on nil deals to prevent a system where only the wealthiest schools can attract top talent? And this is the part most people miss. What about the student athletes who are at the center of this debate? Don't they deserve a fair shot at competing at the highest level, regardless of the school they attend? As the college football season approaches, these questions will continue to simmer. What do you think? Should there be a salary cap on nil deals, or is it every school for themselves? Share your thoughts in the comments below. The debate is far from over, and we want to hear from you.